out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. Or it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Welcome to Let's Get To, the baseball show from the fans' perspective. Now here's your host, James Christopher.
Oh, and welcome to Let's Get To. I am your host, James Christopher. We have a great show for you today. We are going to answer Don Gillingham's big question of where in the world is Andy Tom Chesson? But on Sunday, things seem to get better. For one, found out that I am in fact and have since had the second dose of the vaccine. My wife is also getting the second dose of the vaccine, so it starts to feel a little bit more normal. And we had spring baseball. And I can't tell you how good it did me to see friends of mine who, even though they root for different clubs, just excited as a collective for spring training, supporting each other, being friendly. There was a gift dance-off at one point, and it was just fun. And it was really what baseball should be about bringing people together, particularly when, it's just been so rough for going on a year. Like, we're almost exactly a year from when I found out I wasn't going to spring training. We found out 2 days before we were supposed to fly out that it was like, nope, not going to happen. So it was a great day on Sunday to see a lot of that happen. However, something did happen on Sunday, and it got me thinking of, and this will be the first time this movie is quoted on the show, Major League 2. And there's a scene where Willie Mays Hayes, coming just off his movie role of Black Hammer, White Lightning with Jesse the Body Ventura, played admirably by Omar Epps. I have spoken before, at least on Twitter, that I think the movie's a better movie with Wesley Snipes in it. No offense to Omar Epps, but he hits a home run. And if we remember Major League, he did push-ups anytime he hit the ball in the air. And Rube says, wow, Willie's really got some power. And Lou Brown says, yeah, off a guy who'll be bagging groceries next week. Guys, don't get too high or too low on the first 2 or 3 spring training games. Don't get too high or too low off of any spring training games. I saw a guy Yankee fan who had posted someone who was like, based on the on Sunday's result, oh, they're not winning anything and they're in this and that. I think you can't take anything from preseason football. I think you can take even less from spring training baseball. I think you need to look at health, look at, are they hitting the ball hard? Are they for the most part throwing strikes? But you certainly cannot take anything from that first week. We're so excited for this season. I think we're even more excited for this season because we needed to feel more normal. Miles Straw for the Astros talked about just having fans, even though it was like, 1,500 people, which was a sellout at reduced capacity. It just felt better and felt normal. We want that too as fans, but we still have to remember that this is a game that builds out and only reveals itself after months of playing. Where we can reflect on the 2020 season and how weird it was. And if you look at, again, for the Astros from the perspective of the team I'm a fan of, under 500 in the regular season, a game away from going to the World Series by the time they got to the playoffs, because of just, that's the nature of baseball. They really weren't getting hot until the playoffs started. So we have to remember results, definitely in spring training, and one of the co-hosts of the show, Andy Tom Chesson, will tell you results up until Memorial Day just don't matter. And so just be excited for the game to be back, to hear the crack of the bat. Listening to Robert Ford call a baseball game was just awesome. Be excited about that stuff because it's back, and let's worry about where our teams are going to finish when we do go from May into June. That seems like the best thing to do. And again, in 2020, we're coming out of 2020 and things still feel weird. I think anything we can do to keep some degree of sanity is definitely the best thing. So, as I've often said in my life, when in doubt, listen to Lou Brown.